I'm gonna have to come up with something, bro. I've been thinking, sitting alone in my room, room,
It's a
sitting alone
good
in my
instrumental, huh?
room, sitting alone in my room, sitting
Oh,
alone
I
in
knew
my
you was going to
room.
do that. I knew it, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be something else.
Mm-hmm.
It's good, good.
Lately, I've been thinking, rolling up some of this thinking, thinking alone in my room,
See?
in
That's what
my
I was thinking.
room, sitting alone in my room. I'm telling you, I'm thinking though. I'm really getting into that fucking groove right now. I'm hearing
Huh?
that beat in my head as we speak, man. It's just
As soon as I heard it,
crazy
man, I
right
was
now.
like, man, this is your beat. I know it. I got to get that to
It
him.
is, yo. It reminds you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of. Are you familiar with the rapper by the name of Ritz?
Yeah, a little
Ritz?
bit, a little bit. Yeah.
All right, so he run around with strange music, Yellow Boy, and all them. Hold on a second, I just got to crack this one. But nah, he runs around with it. He runs around with Yellow Boy, Yellow Wolf, and he done tracks with Yellow Wolf and strange music with Tech Nine and all them. You know what I mean? So he had this one cut off of the last album I heard from him, man, and the shit's called Cruising. He did a shit. He did this shit with He did this shit with Twister. He did a
Nice.
feature with Twister on it. The shit is fucking amazing. You gotta hear it, man. It's like, oh. Take a puff and a something, away we go. Oh, take a puff
Yeah.
in on my radio and bounce, bounce out. I mean, he goes in on the shit. Like he's a
Yeah.
fast rapper for the most part. That's all he does is spit fast. So when I first heard him, I was in Georgia. I was living in Georgia at the time. I had never heard of him before then, and I heard this one joint he did. And it was like off of one of his first solo albums. I was like, oh my God, listen at this nigga going off on this shit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, it just reminded me so much of that track. I was like, damn, I think I'm gonna have to get on that level. Yo, because that's the type of shit that it sounds like it's gonna feel like, when you hear it, it's gonna be some shit like that. So
Yes, sir.
yeah, I'm gonna get in it. Might take me a little while to get my verses together, but I'm
Well,
gonna be
what
ready
are we
when
going to do about this
ready.
sheep, man?
Straight up. Like, no one's better to deal with us.
Same person that made that last beat. This beat
Mm.
has been best kept secret, man. I'll tell you what. But man, that one we was listening to begin with, dog, that thing is, oh man, it's just too much, man. It's just too much.
I'm trying to tell you. I'm
This,
trying to tell
this,
you,
this
bro.
horn is just, I mean, who doesn't want to get on this? You just gotta get it, and you want it. You gotta have it.
I'm thinking, I mean, like some real siesta type shit. Like, celebration. For the nation. Shake your booty, make it feel like rotation. Make it roll in rotation.
Oh,
I mean, just some crazy, like, I could hear that. You know what I'm
yes,
saying? Like,
sir.
I really could hear some fly shit going off in that.
It's too much,
And you
man.
don't even have to, it's something that, you really you can be cool with that one. You can just really smooth it out, throw some dope ass bars in there, and it just be real party like. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, what
Let me see you do
knows,
the
man?
hit. Let me see you get down. Get down. Get down. I'm telling you, I can really hear some jam in that shit,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Like, and
Exactly.
and anytime I start, like, for some reason this is what I've noticed about myself too. It's weird shit. Like when I get to rapping about some shit, or when I'm getting ready to rap, when I'm getting ready to think of like lyrics to some songs, the first thing I start doing is shit like what I'm doing now is like sorry, listening to the beat, and I'm rhyming to the sound of the melody that I hear, and I'm trying to pull words from that, and then before you know it, that's where I get my lyrical content from. So it's like, ooh, as I keep listening to it, I keep coming back to it. I might think of some bars as I'm listening to it, as I'm not listening to the beat itself, and then eventually it'll come to something like, oh, well, some and then they see me on a vid time. get me down on the blunt, on the hit line. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then next thing you know, it just turns into like a whole verse before you know it. So, I mean, yeah, as I said, like the more I sit with it, the better it be. The better it'll get for you for the verse. Like, cause that's the way I like to like formulate my shit. And it's a time factor, but at the time I look at it like time really pauses when you're really trying to create something special and something
Not for
great.
everybody else, it doesn't, but for you, yes, absolutely. I mean,
You know what I'm saying? And as the artist, that's the way you know you have to be able to create, and you have to be in a space where you can functionally think clearly. Some people can rapidly come up with shit like and it'd be good, but for me, I take my time because I don't want to just I have to say what I want to say. I want it to sound like there's substance there, there's something, there's meaning there, there's some purpose behind what I'm using for words. And I don't want it to just sound like a bunch of anything.
yeah,
So,
right.
and that's more or less to me what counts the most when you make a great song. Because I mean, like, how many people do you know can create shit that turns out the way I turn out with songs? Like, and then and the main thing is not just saying it in the sense of that I'm better, but I just think that when you put your mind to something and you give yourself the time needed to establish what your real thoughts on a certain thing, you don't lose track of like anything. You don't miss anything that you want to say, you know? And it just captivates everything. So like for me, it's just, I love the fact that I can come into, a sound or hear a sound for the first time. And when I'm creating it, it comes out as something that I felt from that verse, or something that I developed from the sounds that I heard, and it just made me go crazy with my wordplay and come up with some of the things that come out of it. You know what I mean? Because for me, I love to like that, and I think it's like Liam Neeson said in the A-Team. You give me a day, I'm great. But you give me time, you give me more time, I'm even better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it just is what it is. Like, and it's like you get sharper as you go back into it. As you keep going into it, as you keep thinking of it, as you keep coming back to it, and
You're right, man.
It's like a trademark thing for me, because it's kind of how it's been working for me for the last 3-4 years now with music. Because I'll come up with a verse, it might seem like it came up real quick, but it's because it's been sitting with me for a while,
I
and then
feel
I'm
that.
hearing, you know
You
what I
feel
mean? I've been hearing it. Yeah.
develop before it just come out in the right beat in the right way, and that's something else, man. It's like hitting that golf
Yeah,
shot.
it's like, and then something just says, it just sits with it's like the song calls out to you, and it could be it could be something that you pulled out, or it could be something that somebody came to you with, like for example with the track we just finished with Big Facts. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like, for real, it's like it was like I was sitting on that verse. I was gonna use it for something else.
No, you put it right where you needed to. That was dope. Oh
But
man.
you see what I'm saying? You see why I never
Oh
didn't,
man.
go that route and use it that way, or go that, because it fit. You know what I mean? And it fit so well. It's like, upon hearing it, the first thing I said was, "Yo, we gotta do something with this. This has got to be the track that I put this verse on." Because it just fits. It just fits so well with it. It was like, I even after, because I had before that, even after that track was finished, I had another collaboration come up with some artists that I worked with. I've been working with over the last couple of years. And we've been just collaborating, like coming up with shit every so often. You know what I mean? And it's been very, very much classic hits, man. Because like I said, when some of these tracks come out, because like a lot of the tracks that I've been doing with features, I haven't even released them yet. You know, so when they come, I feel like it's gonna be fucking amazing. So once they hit the stores for everybody else to hear them and not just be contained to like, you know, the specialty that I like to call YouTube, you know what I mean? It's gonna be amazing because people are gonna hear it finally, and they're gonna be able to actually connect with the tracks and be like, "Yo, that's amazing." I don't know how he did it, but he damn sure put some shit on. He put some steak on that one, you know. And it's gonna be some shit like where people are gonna be like, "Well, you gotta understand, this motherfucker just came up with, you know, it ain't that he just came up with that shit and you know it just so happened to work. Bro's had these fucking bars for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I wrote like a portion of the verse that I did for that verse particularly. I performed
Music
that
volume
verse
set to 100%.
And when I performed that verse, I performed
Navigation
that verse
bar, back.
For the Beat of the
One
Week
UI home.
competition.
My files, in pager.
You know, I did it for that Beat of the
Tap
Week
to activate.
competition.
Tap and hold to long press. Actions available.
It wasn't that I didn't have anything
My
available.
files.
I just was looking
Search
for the
button.
right place to put it.
Videos.
You know,
Installation files.
and like I said, that shit
Tap to
just
activate.
stuck out
Downloads.
to me. It's like, yo, that's it. That is it right there.
Michael Wren, I can't lose
You
no
know?
more X Big Facts the Truth.
And,
Michael Wren, I
that's
can't
how it
lose no
turned
more
out.
X Big Facts the
For
Truth. 1
example,
MP4, January 24th, 5:52 p.m.
this track I'm about to
61.80
play-
megabytes.
This track I'm about to play for you
Tap
right
to
here.
activate. Tap and hold to long
I
press.
want you to hear this one. This is something I just did
Music
over the
volume
weekend.
set to 65%.
I just did this track over the weekend. I'm about to play for you.
X-hyphen
Let
underscore
me show
size
you
equals
what the hell we doing.
FL Beats August 16, 2016. Mr.
Down there.
Elevator music beat Mr. J Guns. Wave from Google Play Service. Mr. J Guns. Screenshot underscore 2.
Oh yeah, I forgot I'd never.
Elevator music beat Mr. J Guns.
That's
Wave
right.
from Google Play Services.
It's
January
on. It's
23rd,
only
9:30
on my
a.m.
YouTube
3.51
channel.
megabytes.
That's true. That is very
Tap
true.
to activate.
Because
Screenshot underscore
if
202
you actually want to be technical,
Michael Wren, I can't lose.
I actually
Navigation
have
bar,
that
recent.
track in my band lab.
Oh.
Band Lab.
Go to band lab, which will be
Band
more,
Lab.
which will
Play,
be even
in list.
better,
Tap to
and
activate.
show you
Unlabeled.
without even going through all of that.
Band Lab.
So check
Unlabeled
this out.
button.
No, and just as quickly as I said, I can go to band lab. Is where
Collaborators.
I'm at now. So I'm about to show you
Navigation.
what we're doing here.
Band Lab.
Get out of this,
Unlabeled. In list.
'cause what happened to be in,
In
like,
my
the
room.
whole-
Dr. Weathers.
okay,
In
we're
list.
still in the collab that you sent me the link
Band
to
Lab.
earlier.
Library.
So now we're
Untitled.
back in the
Mr.
library.
J Guns JPZ. Unlabeled button.
Okay.
I can't lose no more X.
Mm.
In my room. New.
Oh,
Unlabeled.
snap. What the hell happened there?
I can't lose no more X. Untitled. Mr. Unlabeled. Call me back.
Snapsies.
Mr.
Oh, I see
Elevator
what
music beat
happened
Mr.
there.
J Guns. Mr. J Guns JPZ. 1 day
There we
ago.
go. I think that's it. I think this
Band
is
Lab.
it right here.
Unlabeled.
So let me just go ahead and run this one.
Yesterday. Elevator.
Yeah, this is it. This is it. I have
Yep.
to make sure that this
Elevator
was
music
what it
beat
was.
Mr. J.
'Cause
Yesterday. 3:15
I
p.m.
uploaded
Play.
2 different
Tap to
versions of
activate.
it, and I was trying to work on the mastering of the vocals so that the vocals were up to level. But this is some track that I did with my homie Mr. E&T. Shout out to SBG up in New Hampshire, man. We doing crazy shit with this track right here. This shit is going up.
Button.
This shit is definitely going up. So let me see what the hell is going right now. Hold on.
Yesterday. 3:15. Tap to activate.
Celebrate the music. We going up. Celebrate the music. Exclusive.
There it is. I heard that.
Let the people bang down to the flag. I heard they talk about me being never mad. I'm grinding before a duffel bag. I'm grinding before a duffel bag. Got money, let's get it straight. We trying to get it in, we winning, trying to get cake. Don't be behind the bush, just tell this shit to my face. We don't never slack, we always pick up the pace. I got some OMG, I'm on my grind. I'm trying to just maintain, I'm trying to get dollar signs. I'm trying to get more dough. I'm trying to get more dough. We up when it's 4 though. It's 4 in the morning, though. We on those. They ask where I'm at it again. We broke, they know that we at it again. We at it again. Follow me, trying to get like a lottery. Get price on the name, so they honor me. Gotta clean my clothes, no laundry.
Can you subscribe to my YouTube channel?
I drop a
Huh?
couple haters, they lose change. Inspiration
How about that?
people, they tell me do my thing. And really it's time to do my thing. FPG the captain, you looking at the lieutenant. There ain't no need for talking if it ain't about me.
I got 3.
Got 3
So, you know, I got 3 YouTube
Damn.
channels.
Damn, I don't know. For real? I don't think so.
Yo, I got a channel for the Peasy Show. I got my YouTube channel for the Peasy Show, and I have the channel for my two music streaming channels.
Yo,
Oh, like this.
I just wind you up with these bars like a paper. If you're trying to kink up, better get your weight up. Do some push-ups and pull-ups before you pick the mic up. Get the 20 plus, yeah, that's long everything. My rhymes ice
Cold like the weather be.
really slipping
In my mind, I'm like,
see. Yeah, I'm on my grind extra.
now let's see.
Yeah, look at the revelation. I just call it how I see it. Just call it hate you. Try to give you inspiration, give you hope. But you just want that drama, so I give you smoke. The word play, I battle niggas every day. Hard not to be a super
When they love to play,
These young niggas thinking that they rap go.
till they standing next to real niggas in the mode. Let's go. But just looking at that process, I did that song. I did that verse in like less than a day.
Really?
I came up with that verse less than a day. Like he sent it to me. What was it? He sent it to me Friday night. So by Saturday morning, I literally had half. I had 8 bars already and sat by Saturday morning. So by Saturday afternoon, the rest of the bars just came in. Like we did a live that morning. Me and him went on live like early that morning. We sat on the live from like 7 o'clock in the morning to like almost 11. And by like 2:30, let me see what time I released.
Yesterday, 3:15 p.m. Mr.
3:15 was
Snapped
yesterday,
activate.
but that was when I tweaked the vocals. So
Okay.
the last time I did it, when I
Unlabeled.
tweaked the
Unlabeled.
vocals, after I
Mix
tweaked
editor.
the vocals,
Unlabeled button.
that
Elevator music
was,
speech miss play.
oh snap, it didn't even show that.
Mix
So the
unlabeled
weird
button.
part about it is,
Unlabeled button. Play.
that was the last thing it set up. That was the last thing
Copy
it
link.
saved, because it
Yesterday,
saved it at the
3:15
last part
p.m.
of that.
Mr.
On that
J
part.
Guns JPZ.
But the last time before that,
activate.
it had to be like, I think I finished the verse and I saved everything by like,
I messed up.
I was like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock that afternoon, Saturday afternoon. So the verse, like I said, the verse was done. The track was already finished by like 2, 3 o'clock. I just was playing around with the levels, you know. I sent him a copy to see what he thought about it first, and that's when he was telling me about the vocals and the levels and making sure that they were on point. It was like, yo, all right, check this. I'm about to go back in the band lab, work on the levels, turn them up, turn my vocals up so that it matches up with your levels, and then I'm gonna run that shit through the mastering system on BandLab. You know?
Have to, man, because BandLab, shit, man, it's still, even I don't even record in BandLab, but I still run it through BandLab and all those filters. I got a way of doing it, and I mean, we learn the tools and tricks of the trade, and fucking hey, man, I'm really happy that we came together this collaboration with Big Facts, man. That dude's got a talent for
He
touch.
does.
Man,
And
really,
that's what I told him. You know what I mean? I told him that.
totally, man. He's
I
got it.
told him that.
I'm trying to get us an image. I'm sending you actually I already sent you a new collab. You're gonna love this, called Holiday Pay, dog. It's called Holiday Pay.
Hey.
Yeah, Holiday Pay. Yeah, it's something different, man.
Okay.
In fact, why don't you check that shit out, man? You're gonna like this. Send your invites on your BandLab.
So far you haven't let me down on them invites for tracks, bro. Like every beat
Navigation
you
bar.
set me up for, it's like
Band Lab. Elevator
Ooh,
music
I
beat Mr. J Guns. Mr.
see.
J Guns JPZ. 1B
I
ago.
like
Unlabeled
it.
button.
I like you. Like
Call me back,
it.
Mr.
It's
J
like you
Guns.
read my mind and shit.
Notifications button.
Cause you gotta know. You gotta
Notifications.
think. Like
Selected.
I look for beats
Unlabeled
that I
button.
know that's gonna fit my
Selected.
characteristics.
Invites.
But it's hard to
Invites.
find when you're being thrown a whole lot of beats, a whole shit ton of beats, and then majority of the
2 meters
time
ago.
it's like,
Unlabeled
is
button.
this it?
Dr.
Is
Weathers.
this it?
Invited you to join the project.
You know.
Holiday pay.
And then you look
Accept
at it
button.
and you're like saying to yourself, is it gonna work?
Invitation accepted.
Am I gonna make this?
IG.
You
Sapphire
know,
Steamy. At
but then
Sapphire
I'm
Steamy
like,
retweeted. Hash-
I don't
no
take
invites yet.
I
No
don't
pending
take
request.
any I don't
Select
take any
view.
no's for
Tab.
answers now.
View.
Like for
Selected.
example,
Pick 1 of 2.
you never know how many you never know what's gonna be a good song and what's not. And for me, I'm
Medium
always
search
willing
just
to
tweeted.
try
You want
shit. You know what I mean?
navigation
First,
box.
before
Library.
I say that I can't do it or I say it's not worth my time.
Band Lab. Selected.
You know what I
Library
mean?
button.
So for me, I'm just like,
Selected.
nah, I'm gonna go with
I can't
it.
lose no more
You know, I'm gonna go with
Unlabeled.
it.
In my room.
And
Dr.
not
Weathers
only am
plus
I gonna
new.
go with it, I'm
Unlabeled
also gonna
button.
give it a shot to
Tap to
say
activate. Labels available.
that
Use tab.
regardless
New button.
of what turns out of it,
In my room. Dr.
it's my
Weathers plus
best.
1 other. Fifth.
It's me
Unlabeled.
giving it my
I
best,
can't lose no more X big
and I'm
basket
not
group.
gonna take it.
Tech.
I'm not
In my
gonna
room.
take
Dr.
nothing
Weathers
less.
plus 1 other.
And at the
15
end of the
meters
day,
ago.
my grandmother, it's like my great grandmother always said before she passed, no matter what you do in life, no matter what direction you choose to do in life, whatever you choose to do, if you can't go out there and give it your best, then it's not something that you want to do. You know? So what you do is you go out there and you give it your best effort, and that's all that's required. Just do your
IG.
best
Sapphire Steamy just tweeted.
and
Hashtag
work
New
on
Brunswick.
being
Hashtag
and
Canada
work on
Army.
doing that
Fan
for you.
projects.
You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like, yo, I appreciate any opportunity. And that's what I take with me. You know what I mean? I look at that
Yes, sir.
and I'm like, yo, I'm willing to push that envelope or do whatever it takes to at least get something together. Because even if it doesn't work out for that particular song, you know, I could always turn around and use that for something else.
There you go.
You know? And I've noticed that with myself. Like I've heard songs that I've thought about putting shit together on. I've done joints that I put stuff together on specifically for something, and it just didn't fit, you know. And like I said, I just matter of fact, fucking Relia just hit me back with her part on this song that I sent her to collab on too, which is weird. And I sent her that.
Snapping is
I
finished.
sent her that, and I was like, yo, she's getting gnarly with her shit. I can't touch.
Yep.
She goes off
Yep.
she goes off. I love it.
Yep.
I fucking love it.
Some.
Yeah, man. Cause fucking her flow is just like it's there. It's in a pocket of its own. Like, and that's what I noticed now. Like, and I'm starting to see, like, you really have to like give her that. You have to give her her lane. You know, let her feel her way into the track. Cause at the end of the day, you can't even just put a limit on. You can't put a boundary around her and tell her to just stick to that. Cause she's definitely one of those artists that she's gonna break out of that box all the time.
I definitely do not want to be her opponent.
No, that's a fact. Because like just listening to the track that she hit, the verse that she handed me. Now, mind you, she was supposed to play 2 roles in this verse in this song. The song is a song that kind of tells a story about an artist who is married and he's having an affair with one of his fans.
Oh.
And it turns into like a fatal attraction sort of situation. But the song has not met its climax yet. It's literally in the verses. This is a part of part 1 of, you know, a sequence of songs that we could add into it. You know what I'm saying? Lone Adams, what happening? But yeah, like you know, it's a sequence of songs. It's a song that collectively can turn into a sequence. You know, So that's what I'm looking to do at at this point with this song in particular. I want everybody to, you know, really, alrighty then. Well, I've been rapping way before that and making music, but
Yeah.
just saying, I never went mainstream. I never went into no stream. I wasn't releasing music in 2007. Actually, in 2007, we were still doing mixtapes. So,
Ooh, yes,
we was
sir.
local. We were hitting local spot. We was all local, and straight out the trunk type of shit. Um, you know, and most of our tracks were pretty much dub overs of like popular tracks that had been already bumping out in the streets. So our favorite artist to take their beats from was like 3 6 Mafia. So we did a lot of
Ooh,
like
damn,
we
that's
did
my.
a lot of
Oh, come on now,
did a
give it.
lot of jump overs from there.
That's what's up, too.
Yeah, yeah,
Man.
like for example, two of the tracks, for example, were some tracks that familiar if you're familiar with Project Pat, everybody should be.
Man, everybody should be.
Saying
You're right.
I you know what I mean? As I said, everybody should be, you know what I'm saying? So we took a couple tracks from Project Pat, and one of his big tracks was I was raised in the projects, the projects. I was raised in the projects,
Yes, sir.
projects. All right, so we took the instrumental from that, and we made it a song about the PD out. Well, actually, it wasn't about the PD out here. It was actually about just we was just representing for the neighborhood for USNY. This was a USNY thing, upstate New York, and we just was throwing it up for 518. So that was that, and then we had another track that we used from one of his tracks off of his album. What was it called there? Mr. Don't Play. All right, everything is green. So now if you remember, he had a track that was real jumpy in the strip clubs. What you doing, girl, with all that? Ooh, man, what you back with on the bed? Ooh, man. Okay, so that beat, we took that beat and we ran a track. I came up with the chorus. I said, I want you to say this. Sip it on some XO. I said, slow like we sipping syrup. And he said,
Oh,
just 3 6 beats. So we had to twist the herb.
oh,
Trying not to hit the curve, staring at some booty hole. You know what I mean?
I love it,
So
dude.
yeah, we went in on the shit though. We went in on the shit. And that was kind of where the whole concept for the song Skull Your Boy came from, because I used that verse from Skull Your Boy on that song. That's the first time I had ever spit that verse on that song. Like, and it just ran with it. It went with it so good. Like, I was standing in the coat with a blunt in the new poke, looking for what hold the scope so she can take self to the throat. You know what I mean? See that we're all 5'4", wait a minute with panties on. She was licking on her lips and that's to holler at me, yo. I mean, and it just kept going. Like, it was like, oh man. And my man had his verse in there, and it was just it blended. It was one of the summers. It was that summer jam. And this was literally before my son was born. This was like maybe 2006, 2007.
Oh,
My
wow.
man, my bro had the song. My bro had this truck. He had the Tahoe. It was all black Tahoe. He had just bought it with the tent. He had bought the tent. He had got it and tinted it out. He welded on some dope ass, you know what I'm saying, doors for the shit that they lift up. Them shits was like the fucking Lamborghini doors on a fucking Tahoe with 23-inch spree wells. Back when spree wells was still kicking. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we was showing the fuck out that yo, we was showing out that summer, yo. It was crazy. But it was so much fun just making the music back then, because we had so much fun just getting into the music, going into house parties and shit around the neighborhood and just playing our shit and performing it in front of the crowds of people that would be in the club, be in the house party and shit with us. And then the people who run the house party, whoever's house party it was, they giving us all the free drinks we can drink. You know, every girl in the party wanted to have sex with us and shit. I was like, it's like, we got to be careful here. We gotta be careful.
You got a house party. That's cancer.
It's like, yo, we got hell of house parties that was turning into like damn near nightclub events and shit. It was crazy. But I just loved every minute of it at that point. It was so much fun just making music, being able to write rhymes with the fam and put shit down that you never would have thought would have came out until we put it all together.
Exactly.
So like that's the reason why I'm just like the way I am now. Like I don't think I've ever had a song come to me where I've actually said no to it. Unless it was just I presented something to somebody and I was not feeling the verse from that person. And I don't. I choose to give you things I want to. Let me find out. Yo, what up, G?
Hey, you got to come out to the lobby.
Okay, I'm coming out now.
I'm gonna go to my car, get my ID. I'll be back in.
All right, bro. Oh shit, that's the homie. I gotta, stay there. You can either stay right here or give me a minute. And I'll be right back, and I'll stay in the comments, and I'll be right back.
Hey, I'll be back in a few minutes.
I take care of my shit, bro. My stick. When it comes to this house, I know this house better than I know myself. So when I move around like I know where I'm at. I got 2 cups. Boy, you saved my motherfucking life this week. Cause I don't get paid till next week too. Oh man, yeah, you know what I was about to say. Shit, you Gucci, brother.
Did you hear the Killer beat?
Yes, I did, and I was just online with my man over in Oregon, Dr. Weathers. I don't know if he's still with me.
I'm putting your hands.
Okay. Dirty Savage, what's up, bro? I'm sorry, I'm just getting back in the crib, y'all. One goes in here because I don't like when people know that I have more than one pack of cigarettes. I just was over at my neighbor house and bummed a couple bogeys off of him. Waiting on him. Had to, yeah, and I'm gonna throw him a couple back just because. That's what I do. I'm usually walking. I usually go to the store for the brother too. So, word, cause that's yeah, I appreciate it, bro. But yes, y'all. Yes, y'all. This is my home. This is my family right here, y'all. I just gotta let y'all know that for all of y'all that's still tapped in with us, man. This is family right here. Go ahead, bro. Yeah, man, this is family, y'all. So yeah, and there ain't nobody in here, so oh, beautiful thing, y'all. Y'all don't even know what y'all about to miss out on. Y'all talking about. You gotta know. Y'all gotta know that y'all dealing right now with future star power. Man. I'm just kicking back. For the most point, for the most, I had to do this because I had to go get the homie. But like I said, it's what I do here. I do this live stream for y'all. I do this live stream because I want to talk to y'all. I want to connect with y'all. I want to make sure that y'all know what's going on with me, you know? And we got about 15 minutes before my show is already up anyway, because we got in here late, about 5, almost 10 minutes. But I have to do this, so I have to end it early. But appreciate y'all for being a part of the show tonight. I just wanted to tap in with y'all and let y'all know what's up. Let y'all know, yes, Mr. J Guns has his account back and he has retrieved it from said merch int, which I will be posting for the edification of y'all that know. I'm going to be exposing this jackass by screenshotting and posting his or her, whoever this person is IG handle, because the jackass just inboxed me before we went live recently. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So peace and love, y'all. I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Talk about it Tuesday. You dig?